What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to talk about why having external power means absolutely nothing if you do not have internal power. Let's get right into it. Everything is energy, okay? It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter who you are. You are emitting an energy, all right, to the world, to the people that are around you, okay? Everything has a magnetic field attached to it. So, with that being said, having that internal power means that you have a sense of self identity. How do you develop your self identity? You develop your self identity by overcoming obstacles, overcoming adversity, putting yourself through challenges and tough situations, knowing that you can overcome anything, dominate any task, any goal, anything that is thrown in your path towards greatness, towards conquering what it is that you want to do with this life, okay? If you do not have a sense of self identity, you will rely solely on external stuff, okay? For instance, you will rely on money, having followers, women, all of these external worldly things, these worldly desires that will eventually leave you unsatisfied. Is because you're not proving to yourself who you are as a man. Okay? You're not putting yourself through obstacles to prove yourself to yourself. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. External power means you're proving yourself to the world. Internal power means you are trying to conquer yourself. You're proving something to yourself, and that leaves you more satisfied than anything externally can possibly do. Okay? Having a sense of unshakable self-belief. You can love God. You can love Jesus as much as you want to, okay? And this is not a religious channel, but this is the honest truth. You can love and believe in God as much as you want to, but if you do not have a sense of unshakable self-belief, you will be no one, okay? You should have delusional confidence in yourself. You cannot do anything. You can love Jesus as much as you want to, but if you do not believe in yourself, you are doing God a disfavor, okay? You are doing a disservice to not only yourself, but you are doing a disservice to God if you do not have an unshakable sense of self-belief. And what happens when you have that sense of self-belief? You automatically have an undeniable presence, bro. That's why you hear about these guys who are in the best shape of their life. They have an amazing body, all right? But they're still fucking weird. You hear about guys who have all this money, who can get an abundance of women with their money, who can buy as many cars they want with their money, the biggest house. They have all these followers. They have everything that you feel like the world will want you to have. The world that falsely depicted for you to be successful, but they're still fucking lame. They're still fucking weird. It's because they don't have an undeniable presence. Why do they not have an undeniable presence? Why do they not have a presence that shakes up the room and controls the room? Why do they not have a presence that dominates any sort of adversity that is thrown in their path? Or why they don't have that presence that controls and demands respect anywhere they go? It's because they don't have that self-belief, bruh. They're relying on external things. They don't have that internal power within them. So they hide from that and they run from that and they use these external things to basically mask it. Cool. When you have an unshakable sense of self-belief, your whole entire reality changes. You force your reality to change and level up. When you think positive of yourself, when you think highly of yourself, when you speak positivity in your life. That's why they call it the power of the tongue. Your mind is the most powerful tool to exist. The words you say are the most powerful weapons you could possibly form against yourself and other people. Okay? So when you have that self-belief, when you have that confidence, when you have that confidence, like I like to say, you can literally change your entire life for the better. But you have to believe in yourself. And the only way you can believe in yourself is if you develop a sense of self-identity by challenging yourself and trying to evolve into the best version of yourself. Because hell, okay, hell on earth is when you finally die, or hell off earth is when you finally die and you see the man that you know that you could have became, but you decided not to do so. But that's a different video. All right. How else is internal power so much more powerful than external power? Because when you have internal power, you also are probably living in your life's purpose. Okay. Living in your life's purpose leaves you on an everlasting journey. It's not a quick dopamine grab. It's not instant gratification. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It will forever leave you fulfilled because it nourishes your mind, soul, and spirit. It is fruit for your spirit. It is fruit for your mind. It is fruit for your soul. It will forever leave you satisfied because you know that you are a positive asset to this world. You are leaving an impact on this world. It's an inner knowing. It's a gut feeling knowing that you are doing what's right and you are raising the frequency, the vibration of this world. You are living in your God-given destiny. Okay. And when you find out what your God-given destiny is and you follow it, everything else in your life will flow. You will start to attract the right women towards you. You will attract the money. You will get the bigger house. You will get all of these nicer things, these nice worldly things. There's nothing wrong with wanting worldly stuff, but you have to prioritize doing the inner work before you do the external work. Why? Because you have to allow for your inner world to reflect your outer world, bro. That will leave you with a deep fulfillment. When you allow for external success to dictate your life, external success without internal growth leaves you with a feeling of emptiness. That's why you hear about all these famous people with money, these people that have all this power in the world. They talk about they're depressed. They can do anything they want. They can live anywhere they want. They can go anywhere they want, but they're still depressed. They're still empty. It's because they don't have that inner power. They don't have that internal power. They never put in the work to do that, bro. And it's not easy to build internal power. But the good thing about life, bro, the good thing about life is you're not born the strength as a man. You become the strength through obstacles by proving to yourself, by proving to the world how powerful you truly are. The last thing is, okay, internal power doesn't rely on external factors. We basically already talked about this, but long story short, you have to ask yourself this question. If I lose everything, am I still the same person? Am I still the same man?